Hello, welcome to today's video. Today's going to be my January favourites for you. I'm going to get started straight away with two beauty products for you, a foundation and an eyeshadow. The first one is a MAC foundation. Recently I've had a massive drama in trying to find a high street foundation that's right for my skin tone. I have a very light kind of pale face, so I have to go for light porcelain, and most companies don't provide you with a light porcelain selection. So I've had to go for MAC's NW10. I went in there just to kind of like basically browse the lipsticks, and I thought I'm going to try out the foundations as well. And I just found that this really went well with my skin tone. It's high coverage, it covers all the scars and all the spots and things like that. Lasts all day, it's very long lasting, and it's just a great shade to go for. I found that it just matches my skin tone perfectly. So I decided there and then that I was just going to give up looking for a high street foundation that's yellow base toned and all that kind of stuff. And I went for this one instead. These cost £25 with the pump included, or without it'll be £21.50. So it's a great buy for anyone that's light porcelain skin toned and needs a good coverage foundation. Next up is the Colour 24 Tattoo eyeshadows. These are by the company Maybelline. I bought the On and On Bronze and I absolutely adore it. The shade for this is a really nice coppery brown and it looks like this. But this is great if you want to kind of do a more kind of glamorous makeup look. I tend to add eyeshadows on top of this as well, and it blends in nicely. It kind of adapts to the eyeshadow that you add as well. But this is a gorgeous colour if you have brown eyes as well, because it really brings out the colour in your eyes. But this is a 24-hour stay kind of product. I've not tried that out yet recently because I do take my makeup off before going to bed. But I have had this on for around 8 hours before, and it does last all day. It doesn't budge, doesn't smudge or anything like that. It's just a great kind of cream eyeshadow to have in your collection if you can get your hands on those. Next up is a brand of hair products. These I saw recently in Superdrug. They were in the sale for £1.99. Their retail price normally is £7.99, and it is the Blow Pro collection. I'll start with this one first. This is a kind of a hair kind of serum based product. You put this on before blow drying your hair and it protects your hair basically. It's called the Ready Set Blow. Blow Pro is a brilliant kind of collection to have. I have really heavy and manageable hair, and I find that with these products it tackles it really well. But this one here really protects the ends of my hair. They feel nourished and really well looked after using this product. It's a really easy product to use as well. It's kind of like a gel based product. You simply put a tiny pea size amount into your hair, rub your fingers together and run it through the ends of your hair as well as the roots of your hair. But this is just a brilliant product to have in your collection. Next up is the texturizing spray. This one is called Text Style, if you can find that, and it's basically a dry texture spray. I find that with this product it's absolutely perfect for really thick hair. It goes on really nicely, you can brush it out as well nicely, and I just find that this is a perfect product to hold hairstyles as well. I usually have, if I have a messy hair burn or if I have an updo, if I spritz on a little bit of this, it really holds the kind of hairstyle well. It lasts all day as well, so this is a perfect product to kind of add any kind of texture to your hair. It doesn't dry it out or doesn't make it kind of look like it's got any spray on it or anything like that. It's just a perfect product to have. And lastly is the mousse. This is called the Body by Blow. Basically this is a styling mousse. Now in the past I've had a bit of drama with mousses. I tend to buy the ones that are kind of like cheaper brands and stuff like that don't really work, but this one works perfectly. So I was a little bit nervous to try this out because I just washed my hair and I didn't want to rewash it basically. But you use a golf ball size amount, you smush it between both your hands and then run it through the roots of your hair. I found that this went in really well. It didn't leave that kind of horrid greasy look to your hair. It smoothed in nicely as well, and it just worked perfectly. I had a really nice kind of bounce to my hair after, and this added a lot of volume and body to my hair. But yeah, this is a great range to go for if you have really thick and manageable hair. This is a perfect range to go for. If you can still find it in Superdrug, it was around the £1.99 mark, but if not, I think you'd have to find it now online. But it's called Blow Pro. It's a brilliant product to own. Next up, I have two books for you. The first book is one that kind of caused a little bit of drama recently within kind of the vloggers community, and that is the Girl Online book by Zoe Sugg. I picked this book up not knowing what to expect or anything like that, but it turned out that it was an absolute fantastic read. The characters are really likeable, the storyline is really easy to follow, and it also deals with a few kind of teenage problems that you are going to be dealing with basically. You've got your anxiety and stress issues in here, and you've also got kind of like the drama of having a first boyfriend in here as well. And I just think that this is an absolute fantastic read. It took me about a week to read it. It's a really kind of easy book to read basically, but I just thought it was absolutely fantastic, and I can't wait for the second one to be released. Hopefully when Zoe does release the book, she will also include the author that helped her write the book as well on the front cover, because that's kind of where the drama hole started. So I do enjoy the book, but I'm not particularly impressed with how it was dealt with the publication basically. But that is a good book to pick up if you do want to read a book that's going to help you throughout your teenage years. Next up is a book from an author called Chris Pavon. This one is called The Accident. I'm about 3/4 of the way through at the moment, and this is a really good crime and thriller book to pick up. It's only $7.99 from Waterstones, and this is a book that keeps you gripped the whole way through. There's some likeable characters in here again, and it's just a really kind of, as soon as you put it down you want to pick it back up again kind of book. I have been absolutely loving this book. He's also brought out another book called The Expats, if I pronounced that right, that I also want to check out and I also want to have a look at. So hopefully I'll be buying that next month. But I just absolutely adore this book. For anyone that likes crime, thriller and suspense drama, please do pick up one of these. And lastly, on my January favourites is holiday planning. I'm basically going to New York in September. It's a little bit far away at the moment, but I've been holiday planning like loads over the last kind of few weeks. And I want to show you some products that have been helping me out to plan. The first one is pop-up maps. I absolutely adore pop-up maps. They're really easy to use. They're much safer to use than the large, massive fold-out maps. Because they are quite small. So on the inside, when you fold them out, they look like that. So you can easily hide that map within kind of like your bag or anything like that and read it without looking like a tourist basically. But they're also extremely thin. They just fit into your bag nicely. And the ones that I wanted to show you are the New York Guide one by Inside Out. This one has a really good kind of index on the inside for tips of places to go, things to see, kind of travel tips as well. And I just thought that was a really helpful one to have. It's a perfect kind of combination of a map and guide as well in there. And the next one that I wanted to show you is this one, which is just called Pop Out Map. I'm not sure of the brand that makes this. I think it's Compass Maps. But these ones are absolutely perfect for slipping into your bags. They're so thin and they're really detailed as well. So if you are holiday planning, I would pick up a few pop-out maps. Next up is a notebook. I found this one in Waterstones. It was around the $6.99 to $7.99 mark. But I just thought this was absolutely adorable, mainly because of the pages on the inside. They do all different kind of design pages on the inside. This one's my favourite. It's just a plain page with like a little outline of planes and balloons and stuff like that. But I just thought this was absolutely adorable. I've been jotting down all my ideas, all my notes in here. It's a really nice handy size to have, and I just thought this was a perfect kind of buy for my holiday. And lastly is a guidebook. I always tend to use this guidebook. It's by the company Berlitz, and they do brilliant guides. Throughout the book it's really handy tips, really kind of a good advice basically for New York travel. These are also the pocket guides. They're really small, really handy to fit into your bag, but they hold a lot of knowledge on the country and the city that you want to go to. They start off around the $4.99 mark, so it's a great buy as well for kind of purchasing cheap books. But yeah, the Berlitz books are perfect to buy if you are going on holiday. And that is it for my January favourites. I do hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, then please give it a thumbs up. If you have done a January favourites, then please leave them below in the comments. I would love to check those out. And I will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.